The restoration of my 1989 campervan is taking a lot longer than originally expected. I have a long history of using my vehicles, especially estates and vans, for camping at the motor racing events that I film about 6 times a year. When we purchased our Nissan Leaf new in 2018, the last of the old type, I was very excited at the prospect of EV camping, especially with that electric heater. Seats when tilted forward are a little bit high for a comfortable bunk. I used to just slot in a mattress with a hardboard backing from a campervan, and this was good enough for me on my own. But in 2020, after spending a lot of time at home, my wife and I were looking for solutions to get away for a weekend, and camping was the only option. In order to make it comfortable for the two of us, I'd have to come up with a more substantial setup. I cut and fit my timbers by trial and error and came up with a satisfactory solution. I returned the car to normal for the winter, so this was me refitting it for another season, and I did it step by step so you could see how I did it. Between the arches I used the threaded fixings for an optional extra sound system that was available for this model. At the front I replaced 2 bolts that hold down a protective plate over the parking brake cables. There's no high voltage electrics exposed in the interior cabin. And I taped the original bolts to my wooden crossmember so that I wouldn't lose them and could put the car back exactly as it was. I also put back all the original nuts and bolts in their original positions where I'd find them when I needed to put the car back together. The 2 little panels at the back were probably the hardest bits to make. I just used some cardboard templates and traced their profiles onto the plywood. I made the 3 leaves that fold out by following a center line and making measurements to the sides so I knew what width it needed to be at each place. The 2 bags for the chargers fit really nice under the middle section. There's really good space for storage just behind the seats. We keep a picnic set in a rucksack, a cooler bag, the camping gas and a supply of water. And it's really handy to be able to access these from the interior for snacking en route. The front hatch rests on the metals of the headrests when in the driving position, and this makes a great lounger during the day. With the seats forward, it makes a bed just perfect for me. There's enough storage under this hatch at the boot for a packed tent extension, deck chairs and a table. These are some snaps from different trips we made with the car. It's really cool how the spoiler makes a perfect arch with the boot open and the tent wrapped around. The tent may rub a bit against the paintwork, but this is a car to be used. It's even useful just for a quick day trip and provides shelter even on a blustery day. Happy camping!